What up, y'all? It's Malik. Soaring Chains is the brand. Let's get into it, man. I'm not sure if I did a message on this. I probably talked about it in certain messages already, but I wanted to make it a official message, right? Cause I be doing this. I be even saying this to certain people I used to chat with in the back then, or a couple months ago, right? But turn your pain into greatness for God, for the God of Israel, man. I myself go by this saying because I myself be saying this a lot. You know, I even put it in certain covers I used to make back then, art covers and stuff like that. But yeah, man, turn your pain into greatness for God, man. You know, you got a lot of people going through it, bro. You got a lot of people going through it. I be seeing a lot of people in the kingdom go through it, in the world, whatever. A lot of people just be going through it, man. But my my take on it is turn your pain into greatness for God. Turn your pain into greatness for God. You know? Turn it. Because it's better to turn your pain into greatness versus turning your pain and letting the pain turn you bitter. Or letting the pain turn your heart into like resentment or unforgiveness or all of these different things, right? It's better to turn your heart or turn your pain into greatness versus letting your pain turn you dark or letting your pain turn you into a evil person, right? And I be saying this a lot to like I be turning my pain into greatness, man. Whatever I'm doing, if I'm feeling pain or I'm feeling like I'm going through something, I'll try my best to turn it into greatness. Like I'll probably try to do a picture or some or art piece, or I'll write a book and or I'll write a short story, or I'll do something that will eventually turn my pain into greatness for God. You feel me? Like we got so much. It's just because in 2026 you got so much people hurt, and and I know I be hurt sometimes, but what I'm saying is a lot of people let that pain and hurt. A lot of people let that pain turn them into monsters. A lot of people let that pain turn them into like people that's just just dark. Just loose with the emotion, just all over the place. A lot of people let their pain turn them into straight like evil entities, bro. It's not funny, but a lot of people let their pain just let their pain just turn them dark completely, bro. They just unforgiving. They just, bruh. It's just, bruh. It's when you sit back and look at the world, it's like a lot of people let their pain turn them into something that they never was. But I'm here to tell you, turn your pain into greatness for God. I don't even think people ever said a message like that. Turn your pain into greatness for God. You know, turn your pain into greatness. We know you're going through stuff. We all go through stuff down here. We all have some type of pain we carrying. We all have some type of tribulation we've been through, some test, some trial we've been through. But we gotta turn our pain into greatness so it can reach the next person. So it can reach the next person. Because when you let your pain just turn you into something that you never seen before, it's like, damn, man, like, what did you learn from that? What did you learn from that pain? What did you learn from that? When you let it turn you dark, it just led you down a darker path. For some people, it led them, for some people, their pain led them to jail. You got some people who hurt it so much, it led them to jail. They would do something so stupid to jeopardize their freedom, and next thing you know, they in jail. Next thing you know, they in jail. That's because they let their pain turn them into something that they never seen. It is like after they in jail, now they have a chance to really sit down with their thoughts. Now they really regretting it. But that's what happens when you let your pain turn you dark. It leads you down a path that you never seen. You know, when you keep, it's like these people keep feeding their pain, and then once their pain actually leads them somewhere bad, now they want to sit there and sit in their thoughts and regret everything. But man, let this be a warning and a message to you. Let your pain turn your pain into greatness. You know, so often we just see so much people take the common route, the common route of, oh, I'm hurting, so let me hurt somebody else. You know, you got some people like that too, where they hurting so much, they want to hurt somebody else. They want to hurt somebody emotionally. They want to hurt somebody psychologically. You know, you got a lot of females or women walking around in the world. They've been hurt by a man so much, they want to hurt the next man that had nothing to do with that. And they want to hurt that next man. What that next man do? Nothing. But that pain is making you want to hurt that innocent man. Why? You know? Just turn your pain into greatness. Stop taking that common route that the devil wants you to do. Don't take that common route that the devil wants you to do. The devil wants you to take your pain and put it on anybody else, and ruin somebody else, and hurt somebody else, or man, it's like, damn, man, like, don't let the devil weaponize your pain, you know. And and speaking from experience, a lot of pain that I had, you know, a lot of recently, a lot of pain I just be going through. In the moment, I be honest with God, and sometimes I be frustrated with God, angry with God, but I don't let my pain harden my heart. You know, I don't let it harden my heart. You know, when I'm feeling angry or frustrated with God over something I'm going through, I'm just honest enough to tell him, but I don't let the pain corrode my heart, or destroy it, because my heart is precious to me. I can't let the pain destroy my heart because I'm feeling some type of way against God. No, I'ma just be honest. I'ma just be honest with God and tell him how I'm truly feeling. Then after that, I gotta let it go and keep on moving. Because if I let my pain turn me dark, it's like, it's, man, it's bad. It's bad, you know. But I let my pain. I try my best to turn my pain into greatness. Whatever I'm doing, if it's me speaking to y'all to help y'all, or doing an art piece, or writing in a book, or writing a short story, or doing some spiritual art, or doing poetry, you know, seriously, I try my best to turn my pain into greatness. I try my best to turn my pain into greatness. You know, I try my best. And it's not easy, bro. It's not easy for real. It's not easy, man. You know, it's not easy, man. Because once a person has pain and hurt for so long, you know, I understand. I understand where y'all be coming from. You know, a lot of people be hurting out here. A lot of people be hurting. A lot of people have a lot of pain from their past, from what their parents done to them, or they grew up with dysfunctional family members and parents, or they grew up being bullied, or they grew up going through different stuff. I understand. I understand, man. I understand more than you think, man. I understand. I understand what pain you're feeling. I do. I truly do. You know? But we gotta we gotta turn our pain into greatness so we can reach the next person. You know? This is why I try my best. You know, y'all see my videos. I try my best to talk about certain stuff I'm going through at the moment, and shed light on it, or tell y'all how I got through the other side from what I was going through, you know, or just like, I'm honest what I'm going through, you know, and hoping that helps y'all or reaches y'all, you know. I'm always looking for that next path to turn my pain into greatness. So it can help the next person. Because we live in a society where everybody wants to turn their pain into a weapon. And no, bro, no, not me. You know, like I go through stuff too, just as much as y'all do too. But I gotta turn my pain into greatness, man. Seriously. And I pray that y'all turn your pain into greatness. Whatever you went through as a child, come on, man, forgive and let that pain be a blessing for somebody else. And what I mean by that is that your pain could reach somebody else. How you got through that pain could reach somebody else for God, especially if you use it for the God of Israel, man. Whoo! You know, it's something about when somebody goes through real pain and they're able to use that pain as a blessing to help somebody else and to reach somebody else for the God of Israel. Ooh, bruh. That's far. When you could turn your pain into greatness and a blessing for somebody else so it can reach them for the God of Israel, it's something about that, man. I'm trying to tell you, it's something about that, man, because like I said, we live in a society where everybody's just trying to dump their pain and weaponize their pain where it could like damage somebody else, man. Like, bro, that's so common. Everybody does that nowadays when they hurt. But it's different when somebody actually turns their pain into greatness. It's different when somebody actually turns their own pain into a blessing and a story for somebody else so it can reach that next person. So that next person don't go through that pain. You feel me? Like, as a people, we got to start thinking like that, man. Seriously, turn our pain into greatness so it can help somebody else. Everybody's just that common. Everybody has that common mindset where when they hurt, they wanna disrupt somebody else or throw somebody else off course. You feel me? Like, bro, come on, man, come on. Come on, man, come on. Turn your pain into greatness, man. Turn your pain into greatness for real. Because it definitely would reach somebody. And I know my pain can reach somebody too. I know my pain could reach somebody. That's why I be talking about different stuff I be going through because I know it could reach somebody, man. I know it could reach somebody. I know pain, when you utilize it right, could reach somebody. I know that. You know, that's why when it comes to certain messages, when it comes to certain messages, like what I'm going through, or it's just like, all my walking, right? Those type of messages are for people that my pain could reach. That my pain could reach. I try my best to use my pain, and turn it into greatness. For real, man. Everything I went through, I try my best to turn it into greatness, man. Seriously, seriously, man, because like I said, we got so much people walking around with hurt, with real pain, with real traumatic experiences, man. You know, some people went through horrible stuff when they was kids, man, from their own family members. And you know what I'm talking about. And I understand that. Turn your pain into greatness, man. I know when it comes to pain, it really hurts, man, because a lot of people are walking around with real pain on their chest, real pain on their soul. I know how hard it is to have pain where nobody understands, man. I understand. You're feeling hurt. You're feeling let down. You're feeling overlooked. You're feeling rejected. You're feeling betrayed. For some people, they feeling heartbroken. For some people, they feeling they some people went through, traumatic experiences. Seriously, man. Try your best to turn that into greatness, man. For the God of Israel, man. Not just for the simple fact of turning your pain into greatness, but turning your pain into greatness for the God of Israel, man. Man, because like I said, your pain could reach somebody, and your pain could really touch somebody. Seriously, your pain could really touch somebody on multiple levels. So this is why I try my best to be honest, and I pray that y'all are honest with what y'all going through too. You know, turn your pain into greatness for the God of Israel, man. Because, like I said, it definitely will help. It definitely will help some people, because you gotta understand, when it comes to certain type of pain, how do I explain it, right? When it comes to certain type of pain, that type of pain can actually make somebody be heard. You know, let's say somebody went through something really traumatic when they was younger, and let's say you have that same story, and the way you say that story, however you say it, right? For the God of Israel, right? However you say that story and turn it into greatness could really affect that person and reach them. And possibly it could help them start following God too, because they seeing and they feeling heard. A lot of people want to just feel heard. A lot of people want to feel heard. A lot of people want to feel listened to. A lot of people want something they could relate to. You know, so if you have a same situation you gone through that they gone through, it could really reach them and really touch their soul, and it could possibly save their soul from hell, because you could use that pain and turn it into greatness for the God of Israel. You could actually reach somebody. Seriously, you could actually reach somebody. You know, you could actually reach somebody through your own pain. You know, because like I said, a lot of people couldn't relate. You know, you might not think somebody could relate to your pain until you actually put it out there for the God of Israel. And look, you might gather so much people that empathize and relate to that pain because they gone through the same thing. And you could reach them for the God of Israel. You could reach them. You could turn your pain into greatness and reach them, you know? But this is the type of stuff that I be saying when I do certain stuff. I've been saying that for a couple years now. I'm gonna turn my pain into greatness. I even told a couple people that in my past. I'm gonna turn my pain into greatness. I'm not gonna let my pain turn me bitter. I'm gonna turn it into greatness. You know, I'm gonna turn it into greatness. I'm not gonna let that that pain turn me bitter. Now, when I'm praying to God, I might feel frustrated or angry with God, but at the end of the day, I still love the God of Israel and I still follow him. You know, I'm not gonna sit here bitter with him when I'm praying. Nah. But I'm gonna be honest how I'm feeling though, right? Cause he sees my heart. So I'm gonna be honest. You know, I'm gonna talk to God honestly about what I'm going through, and then, you know, turn my pain into greatness in some type of poetic way or some type of spiritual art way or whatever I'm doing, right? I'm gonna turn it into greatness, you know, for the God of Israel, man. And I can't stress that enough, because we gotta do stuff for the God of Israel, man. Your pain could reach the next person. You know, a lot of people could relate to your pain, so your pain could reach the next person really heavily, you know. And I'm sure them messages I did where I'm talking about my cerebral palsy and my experiences of living with cerebral palsy, I'm sure that message reached somebody or touched somebody in some type of way. You feel me? I'm sure that message reached somebody in some type of way. Even though I only got 4, 6 viewers, maybe even 3 each video, I'm sure that reached somebody or touched them in some type of way. I don't got millions of followers yet, but I know the one, maybe even 2 to 3, maybe to 4 or 5 people that watch me, I know one of them, that message really touched them. You know, you just never know. You just never know. I never know. So I never know, man. That message probably touched somebody, and it really just touched their soul. It really just touched their spirit. You know, but yeah, man, turn your pain into greatness for God, because you don't know what your pain could. You don't know who your pain could reach. You don't know who your pain could touch. Turn it into greatness for the God of Israel. Turn whatever you're going through. And I don't know, I probably didn't name everything, but you know what you're going through. Turn your pain into greatness for God. Only you know what you're going through. Seriously. Only you know. Only you know. But it's Malik Sorensen's the brand, man. Turn your pain into greatness for the God of Israel, man. Y'all visit my website. I got short stories on there. I got spiritual art on there. I got a poetic album called Isolated Icon. I got the audio messages. Every every message on my YouTube is up on there. We cooking, man, and I'm writing a book right now. We cooking, man. I be trying my best to turn my pain into greatness, man. And I be going through a lot mental. I be going through a lot of mental attacks too. So I be turning a lot of that and bringing that energy towards me, like writing a book or writing poetry or something, or doing something that would probably later turn into greatness. Who knows? But it's Malik Sorensen's the brand. Y'all be cool, man. Y'all be cool, man.